Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us yet again on our social media tips and tricks. I'm Alex Ward, broker owner of Maxwell Devonshire Realty, your favorite broker owner, and this is Monica Adams of Monica Social, social media guru, here today to talk to you guys about how you can use hashtags more effectively for your TikTok accounts. Monica, thanks so much for joining us. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just thought I would wave to a couple of people coming live on Instagram, and I've got Facebook here. So if you kind of see me, I have them beside each other as best as I can so I can see you both. But I'm super excited today to start talking to you a little bit more about hashtags on TikTok. Now, for those of you that are not on TikTok, or maybe you're going to be thinking about getting TikTok in the new year, then this will be a really great quick little tips and tricks to get you thinking about how to utilize them more to their full potential, or currently what you're doing that you could kind of tweak a little bit more. So TikTok hashtag best practices is going to be what I'm talking about today. So maximizing your reach on TikTok with a smart hashtag strategy is a great way to get more growth. By following these best practices, you can effectively use hashtags to enhance your TikTok content's reach and engagement, growing your presence on the app. So number one is mix popular and niche hashtags. So combine widely used hashtags with more specific niche ones. Popular hashtags increase viewability, while niche hashtags help you reach a targeted audience. This will not only increase your reach, but also attract more engaged and interested followers who are more likely to interact with your content. So for an example, one that's probably very popular is something like hashtag realtor. But something that is more to your niche is going to be more if you're going to do something like hashtag first time buyers, or hashtag Edmonton realtor, or hashtag Sherwood Park realtor. That's making it more niche to your location specifically. So just thinking a little bit more about the ones that you're using, and then ones that maybe you can start to utilize after watching this video. So number two is to avoid irrelevant hashtags, because if you use too many hashtags and some of them have nothing to do about that video that you've posted, that can actually negatively affect the reach that you get on that post. So it is a good idea to not overuse and make sure that you're using ones that does have to do about the content piece that you've actually posted about. So steer clear of banned hashtags. Yes, there are banned hashtags, as they can limit your content visibility, but also ensure your hashtags are relevant to your video. Irrelevant hashtags can confuse the algorithm and may even lead to your content being flagged as spam. Oh, and of course, right when I'm doing this, somebody rings the phone. So making sure that you are not using banned hashtags. I know some people are going to ask this. There are certain hashtags, and if you can think of hashtags that are maybe not appropriate, that have to do about cultural, religion, politics, those are some of the ones that are banned. So if you're using the ones more to do about real estate, a lot of those will not be banned. But we want to make sure we're not just using random hashtags like hashtag soccer, hashtag family, hashtag friends, because that doesn't have a lot to do about your video. That has to do about real estate, unless you're talking about friends and family events or something like that in your video. So making sure that the hashtags are relevant to your video and not using banned hashtags is very important on TikTok. Number three is use the right number of hashtags per video. This is probably going to be the question that you're wanting to ask me. So while TikTok allows up to 100 characters for hashtags, using too many can make your caption look cluttered. Stick to 3 to 10 relevant hashtags per post to maintain a clean look and maximize the impact of each hashtags. So when we're thinking of Instagram, some people are using 30 hashtags. That's not going to be the same hashtag strategy as TikTok. We want to make it more targeted. It is okay sometimes to use the same hashtags, but you want to be looking at what other hashtags should I be utilizing to get more reach in my area, or where you're actually doing the real estate or doing your real estate business. So for an example, maybe you haven't been using any hashtags. Okay, well then I would recommend you start with somewhere from 1 to 3 hashtags, because it's not going to be easy for you to all of a sudden use, 7 or 10 hashtags. So start with 3, doing hashtag YEG Realtor, hashtag Edmonton, and hashtag YEG Homes or YEG First Time Home Buyers. Start with using that and then see how that does, and then add to it. Another good rule of thumb is just have 3 different lists in your phone that you can copy and paste right when you're doing your TikTok post. Number 4 is place hashtags strategically. So where you place your hashtag matters. Might not matter as much on other platforms, but on TikTok, it does matter. Include them in your caption. So it's not a good idea to put them on. I see some people do this after the fact. I've even tested it. So if you've seen it on some of Maxwell or my own, I've tested it out because again, it's good to test, but you want to make sure that your write-up, and then right after your write-up is a little space or ... and then your hashtags. You don't want to be putting them in the comments because they're not going to be seen by the algorithm, which will affect the reach of that content piece. So I'm going to just read this again. So include them in your caption, either at the beginning or in between the write-up or at the end. A lot of people are mostly putting them at the end with a space so that it's clean. Some people will put them in some of the write-up a little bit, like let's say hashtag Edmonton in the actual write-up. That is okay too, but we just want to make sure that we're not putting them in a separate comment on TikTok. So TikTok hashtags, generators and discovery tools. So some people ask me, well, Monica, how do I find these hashtags? There are things that you can use that are software based, or you can just go in TikTok himself in the discovery or search bar and just put a hashtag and a hashtag, or put the hashtag symbol and then like YEG, and then you'll see a list of hashtags that are relevantly being used or which ones maybe you want to start utilizing. It'll show you how many people are using those. But just for quick, to end this video, if you're wanting to use something like Sprout Social or Hootsuite, is another good one. Some people will use like another app. Just making sure that you're not relying on that too much, that you want to do your own hashtag strategy research in TikTok and look at what other realtors and content creators, like which ones we're using in Maxwell Devonshire Realty's TikTok, and maybe have a look at which ones you can start utilizing. But I hope this helps you gain a little bit more insight on how to utilize hashtags effectively on TikTok, and maybe about what you could do more to grow it to the next level. Again, hashtags are very irrelevant. If you don't use hashtags, your videos are only going to be seen by your current followers. You're not going to grow to that next level in increasing your followers, which is all what we want to do when we're on these platforms. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments or on the post after, and I'll make sure that I answer them before I do the next live. The next one, we are going to be talking about YouTube hashtags. So if you're utilizing YouTube, make sure you tune in to our next live. Thank you so much.
That was Monica Adams of Monica Social, and I'm Alex Ward, broker owner of Maxwell Devonshire Realty, and we can't wait to see you next week. See you, everyone.